Morning Year 8, been a few weeks since our choices deadline, so time to check back in with you and talk about what happens over the rest of the year. So, what happens next? Well, it's actually quite a while between when you actually get your choices. So let me talk you through a couple of the key dates as we move throughout the rest of Year 8. So firstly, today is about a checking exercise. So sometimes people make a mistake when they put their choices into Sims, into the options module. So what we get you to do is, now that sort of the dust has settled a little bit and the excitement of choices is over, we get you to double check, have you entered your choices correctly? And I'll talk about how we're going to do that in a moment. We do understand that you might have just sort of changed your mind, and we can accept changes up until April 30th. But after that, the choices really get locked in, and it's not possible to make any changes to choices because that can change the dynamic of our curriculum model. So we close choices down on April 30th. And if at that point you want to make any changes, you'll have to wait until everybody's got their choices. And then it will be dependent upon space and about what works in your timetable. So you can change your mind between now and April 30th, but after that, it will have to wait until all the choices are out. You'll get your choices towards the end of June. I can never tell you an exact date because it depends when I can actually get the timetable and everything done. So we work towards about the end of June. And at the end of June, we'll notify you via Go for Schools what choices you actually have been given. Now, if there's some students whose choices we haven't been able to accommodate, we will see those students before that happens, and that's usually in the beginning of June. The beginning of July, we'll launch our Twilight curriculum, so we'll invite you up for an information afternoon. We'll tell you all about what courses are on offer throughout years 9 and 10, and you'll have the chance to apply for those, including those new ones in French and Spanish. Then you'll find out who your teachers are for those option subjects and, of course, your other subjects at the end of term. So in the same time you get your timetable in year 7 and 8 is the same when you'll get it for year 9. So right at the end of the term is when you'll find out who your teachers are for those option subjects. Just another quick reminder there's a couple of students who have Ingenium on their choices, but you haven't submitted your application. That application is now well overdue. So if you've decided that that was a mistake and you want to change that to something else, please let your tutor know this morning, or you can see me at break and lunch. So I have emailed you and I have put a note on Go for Schools if you're still someone who needs to submit an application. Even if you had Ingenium as choice 5, you still need to complete the application process. So today, what do you need to do? Firstly, you need to check your choices on Go for Schools, and I'll show you how to do that or where to find it in just a moment. I'll then ask you to confirm with your tutor that they are correct, and they'll check a box for me on Go for Schools, which tells me that yes, you're happy. If they're not what you think you should have submitted or they're not correct, I will ask you to tell your tutor what you think your choices should be, and they'll make a comment on Go for Schools. I will then check with your parents and carers that they are happy for me to make those changes, and we can update your choices. So, where do we find this information? The first thing you'll do is go on to Go for Schools and go to the progress section of your student area. This is the same place that you will have found your options, your taster lessons, or your support meeting. You click on progress, and then you'll find the screen that has all of your subjects listed. And if you go down, you will find the one labelled tutor period. If you click on tutor period, you will then see a couple of options, and you'll need to click on students submitted option choices. And once you click into that, you will then see that your preferences are labelled here. Now, if you confirm that you're happy with those choices and that they're accurate, your tutor will check a box. And as I said before, if there's something wrong or you've changed your mind, let your tutor know and they'll write a comment in there for me. Now, some of you might have a comment already listed. That was something that you put on Sims, or it's something that I've added, such as your Ingenium application is overdue, or that you discussed your choices with me or Mrs. Griggs, for example. So that's your job this morning. So let's get on with that important exercise. It might take a couple of days for your tutor to work through all of your tutor group, but really, really important that we get it right so that we can work out which options are best in order to give everybody their choices. As always, thanks for listening, Year 8, and have a wonderful day.